Okay, 2209, good luck. So we've not played before, no hit score. Opponent, only 200 games, again, a relatively new account, high rating. We'll just switch this one to a d4 opening. I'll still probably do this. Probably, but obviously it depends what my opponent does, so I think it's suitable. Right, so now we both need to come up with a plan. I think I'm going to put the bishop on the diagonal. Again, try and counter this bishop and maybe get the pawn forward at some point again, depending on what black does, of course. We could be asking for trouble because of potential discoveries, but let's just see. Knight comes up. I guess c4 is very natural then, but it's just turned into a completely normal d4 game now. So knight up at some point, rook across, pawn up, that sort of idea. That sort of concept. Yeah, let's develop the knight. Does he do e5 immediately? He does. Okay, I'm just going to go slow and steady and see how he wants to play this. Takes, you could go with the knight or the pawn. I'm just looking, maybe queen up might run into bishop f5. That could happen, of course. Maybe we might try and gain a bit of space on the queen side here. Okay, very nice, very natural move there. So rook is a good counter move, but then it makes it more difficult to push here. Okay, I'll still do it though. It's a good counter move. You never know, we might get a chance for some sort of trick at some point. I doubt it, but you never know. But a very nice natural square for the queen and lots of these openings. Just looking at common sense moves here. Rook across or shift the queen first and then rook across. h4 is tempting here because my opponent has advanced. Purely because they've advanced. Queen up again. The knight might move bishop down, but I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I'm going to play h4 then, just because my opponent has pushed 2 pawns in front of the king. So I'll match it, get a little bit more space, a bit more attacking. Wait, does that allow me to push forward here now? Knight in take. It feels like it. I think it does. I'm going to do it. A double hit there. Knight in, I think we're fine to trade. I'll just take the pawn. Okay, it does take, so we'll take back. Knight in, perfectly good move. Can we undermine this though? But knight takes, and you're adequately guarding that. Okay, so I'm just looking at pawn up here, preparing b4. Yeah, that seems like a good move to me. Probably play a5. Oh, he's played down to pin this knight. Okay, so I need to break that pin. So do I take first? Knight takes. He's then threatening this sort of idea, so that's dangerous. Ooh, if I go here, there's rook across. Queen up, rook over, knight takes. No, I think I need to take first. I've just got to be a bit careful about a discovery here, but maybe I can jump across. So now I'm going to get the queen out of the firing line there. Hope I'm not blundering. If I am, I am. Again, rook across is not easy. It walks into a pin. Pawn up isn't a move right now. Down here, if we take, you just take here and you attack 2 pieces, so we'd have to play knight across. Back, I could push. So he has played there, so... I'm going to just play b4 then and create this little connect 3. Try not to burn too much time. I'm up a minute on the clock, but that could vanish extremely quickly just in one move. Okay, he has come forward to challenge those pawns. Logical. So queen up is a move, hit the bishop. I guess you just go back. But he's threatening takes, takes, knight takes. So queen up doesn't work, does it? Bishop up, no good. So we might have just actually blundered here. We might have done. I'm going to take there. I don't think I can avoid taking. Completely shattered our structure now, of course. So queen up just to hit the bishop. Bishop back. Very natural reply. Knight back feels a little bit too defensive, doesn't it? A bit too defensive. What about pawn up? Yeah, I don't want that knight being left there, so I'm going to kick the knight and see where it goes. And then maybe rook across, I'm not sure. Knight back, we could potentially grab a pawn. Knight back here, we can potentially grab a pawn. Actually, maybe he takes here. Lose a knight, gain a knight, lose a pawn, gain a pawn, lose a bishop. He's gone back there, so he double guards this, so... I want to play rook across, but I'm just trying to make sure I don't walk into a double attack here. Yeah, my time advantage is largely gone already, hasn't it? Like I said, just not one move, so he's come round. Okay. Oh, so the idea is he wants to come here. But I don't mind that concept, I don't think. Trade across. I can't stop him going there anywhere. But queen up is a move, I guess. Take. I'm looking at queen up, and if knight moves, we hit the pawn. Take is fine. But knight in, we have to spend a move dropping back. So let's just drop back straight away then. Knight in, I can probably take. Pawn takes. No, I don't think it's good though. But I don't think good, but I don't see any great replies. Let's move the queen for now so we don't burn all the clock. I gotta watch out for nice checks here and a double attack on the rook. Right now one rook guards the other, but if the other rook wanders off, that would be a bit of a problem. Takes, and you've got this, and it's not easy to stop because we don't have a knight or an equal coloured bishop, so that's very difficult. Excuse me. Bishop up could be a move, lose a pawn. Rook across. Is the queen trapped there? So up takes across. And the queen is not trapped. You've got a square here, but trade across. Now opponent's done the same thing. So is there any way to challenge that? Or do I still need to take? I've got to find a way to get counterplay, and I just don't see it. I could chuck a pawn here and see what you do. Let's do that, just chuck a pawn. But yeah, the time advantage is completely gone just about. Queen across trade could be playable, I guess. But it feels like I should try and keep the queen on the board. Here, I think you can take and come here. Take, you just go with the pawn. You could go with the rook, but you just go with the pawn. Then you've got a protected pass pawn. Bishop back might be holding at some point, but feels dubious. But we are threatening to capture and win a pawn here. I expect pawn down or takes, but he might have a better reply, might do. The checks are covered right now. He has taken. So is bishop up a move? I don't think it is. Rook up across is not a concept. I'm going to get rid of my bishop. It's really dangerous, but I want to try and open some files up At least rook up and across, that sort of idea might become a concept now. I assume he's going with a pawn, but he could go with the rook and just drive the queen back, and he actually has done that. So let's drop back then. Now I've got a chance to maybe move the rook across and not give him this pawn. But here he would then go with a pawn, right? So here down, we lose a pawn. I'm going to have to take. Surely he's got to go with a pawn this time. I'm going to play bishop back and try and blockade with the bishop, and then hopefully release the queen to this side. Dangerous, isn't it? Very dangerous. Bishop up to c4, actually. We pressure the pawn. Bishop to c4. And then I'd like the rook zigzagging like this, or king up and rook around the back. So c4, d3, they're the two moves I'm focusing on. Down now, I think we just take. I don't see any tricks, but there might be a trick like queen to d2. But I think I've got rook behind. Oh, so that's what he's done straight away. So what's the idea there? Here. I don't see any other move there. Just queen guards. He's gone back quickly. Okay, let's develop then and pressure the pawn. No immediate threat, just a development move. He pushes down, so I'm going to guard that because I can take. Now, pawn or queen if he takes. Doesn't matter. It probably does because I can leave the pawn here and guard. Otherwise, all four pawns are split and black's got a better structure. Well, that brings his pawn across, and I've still got a pawn push here. I've got this. I'm going to try and advance my king if I can. So we hit the pawn, but we're threatening to jump into f5. Okay, he's allowed that to happen. Now, can we do this at some point and maybe shuffle back over? And then the idea, rook behind. I don't see how it works right now. Maybe rook here to pressure this pawn, but this could become a new queen at any moment. But it should be easy enough for my opponent to play quickly enough here now. What have we got? We've got equal material. Rook, bishop, 4 pawns each, but my pawns are more scattered. Opponent's pawns are more together. Actually, no, opponent's got an extra pawn, 5 pawns. So I'm still a pawn down. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I've got a better position. I'm not as bogged down. If I can just get at this pawn in particular, I'm in the game. So pawn up, king back. Can you still guard? I mean, you've got this, haven't you? But f6 is dangerous because it might allow the rook to come around the back. But as soon as I move, you can just push on. Just push on. That's exactly what he's done now. So he's figuring out he's probably okay if I step up here. But is he? Because he has to guard the pawn. So king up, rook back, king up. Bishop back might be holding for him. So here, it looks like a good move to me. I think he drops back, but it's still a playable move. I can always drop back if I have to. Maybe do I throw f3 in, but that allows his bishop in. I don't like f3. I can't play here. Back here, and he's got bishop back to guard, but then I can play a move like bishop back and then rook across maybe. Let's play forward. I assume bishop back, otherwise the pawn is loose, but he could maybe gamble and go around the back. And I'll have to take the pawn if he does that. So I'm expecting bishop back, which he's now done. So rook across, if I just had the bishop here, rook across, threatening this and this. I'm going to blockade this pawn. So now I'm releasing the rook, but I'm threatening to come here, push and check. But I'm threatening to go here as well and hit this pawn. I guess you can just allow this. I guess you can. Oh, actually, that might be good because if I take, you can protect this pawn. So I need to more focus on this and this, I think. Yeah, he's gone around there. So here, takes, I don't like now. I'm going to have to guard there and try and push this pawn up a square if I can. Get it on a light square, it's defendable with the bishop. Doesn't mean it's a good defense, but it's defendable. Okay, so he has done that now. So takes, if he takes here, I can push, but he's got this, but it unwinds the position. But what about king over now to hit the bishop and the pawn? I'm going to go here and hit the two of them. I'm well up on the clock now, so I've got a bit of time I can try and use. So let's try and figure this one out. He comes forward, so surely I take and I hit another pawn. We hit another one. Okay, now I can't take there, but I can push, right? And I've got a light squared bishop to cover the back and just push here. He's got to be a bit careful now. He could lose this one now. I hope anyway. So up, down, across he takes. So what about back? What about up here now? Actually, what's wrong with that? Threatening just to push this one. If here, I'll probably drop the king back again. Why he's ignored it? What the heck? I think I can take here and then run this. I think I can. I might be wrong. Why is he not taking? What else has he got? He'll attack the bishop, I guess, now. That's what he's done. So here, takes here, and you just sack your bishop, so that's no good. So what about bishop here? Here. That's no good. I think I'll try and leave my bishop here and push the pawn up. Check, drop the king back first. So I'm on a light square now. This is what I'm trying to work on here, so up. But if he keeps my king tied down, have I got anything else I can do? Up and across, right? Yeah, I think this is very strong now because I'm blockading his pawn. I don't think he can trade here. He might have to do it, but I don't think it works. What? Oh, I just forgot he could do that. I've just completely mixed my moves up and forgot he could do that. Yeah, I'd seen it, hadn't I, a few moves ago and then just forgot about it. Well, that's not very good. Can I get... Oh, what the heck? I blundered rook check there, losing on the spot. I blundered it all completely, haven't I? Should have won this one and I fluffed it completely. Here, across. Here, I can't get back, so I have to go here or back. Back. Oh, and I've gone in the wrong square there again. I don't believe it. Yeah, it's just another one. Why is he not queening there? Just wins on the spot. I can't actually salvage this unless he's really slow. Wow, we did salvage it. We somehow managed to salvage a draw there. Let's see what it was in engine language, see if we've messed up there, or indeed if opponents messed up. So just review that one. 80 moves. 80 moves, they're the move times. It's no wonder we've made some mistakes when there's that many moves in a rapid game, or in any game. So clearly we're completely busted at the end, so opponent was simply not quick enough. They outplayed me. Probably deserved the win, they just weren't quick enough to convert. Yeah, that's where it's turned, so we're worse for most of the game. There's been a little blip for a handful of moves just for 3-4 moves there, and then the game turns on move 51. Okay, there's probably not much point reviewing the whole entire opening because nothing really much has gone wrong here. So we're worse here in this position. So bishop in, and it was okay to trade. This concept I've done was okay, but I should have dropped the bishop back immediately instead of wandering the king forward. Okay. But we're still level in this position, and then with few moves we get slightly better, but just literally these few moves, that's all we're better. It's still level here, and it's there. With that pawn push we're better for a few moves. So king across was okay, takes was okay, and now we're much better. So a4 was still okay, and I've blundered with king to b7, and I should have just pushed a5. But then what? a5, b2, rook to a4, and don't worry about this, just blockade with the bishop. That's the concept that I missed, and that's all it was. So I had this, rook a4, king up, because I can blockade the pawn with the bishop. Just march the pawn, rook across. So this is what I should have done. This was the best engine line. And I'm still better there. Apart from that little mini sequence of moves, I've basically been outplayed the whole entire game. It's still level here, but opponent has played tremendously. And then I've just mixed my moves up completely here. Should have just dropped back, and by going across I just simply forgot that the bishop was hanging. I'd mentioned it a few moves beforehand, and then just forgot about it, and then it's just hopelessly lost. And I've just been really, really lucky here that opponent has just ended up running out of time before they can convert. Probably no need to sack the rook there, was there? He might not have meant to. He might have meant to just blockade and just run your pawn down. He might have done. But he's got 2 seconds there to convert and couldn't do it in time. So that's extremely lucky, extremely lucky. What were the figures? 88% versus 91 on the accuracy. So good game there, well played.